Without further ado, I'd like to introduce Gerard Sans, who's going to explain not only his experience creating one, but how you can create an NFT gallery as well. Give a warm welcoming for Gerard Sans.
Thanks. All right. Well, this is a little bit of my little story creating an NFT gallery for Web3 London. I'm the founder of this community that started back in March, and we have organized few NFT galleries since then. Let me grab the clicker. So I'm going to start finding a venue. And here in London, one of the obvious picks will be to contact a gallery. But then usually a gallery will miss some of the points that you would like. So sometimes you would need a bar, you will like to do a little bit of a social gathering. Maybe you want to do a panel or do some talks. So you need to find a venue that will check these points for you. Here you can see a picture of one of the screens in the venue that we run, our NFT gallery. And as you can see, it's pretty cool. This is also one of the spots where artists like to take a selfie, and I think that's great for social media. We also have massive screen, and probably that's the most attractive. And we also hire a DJ. So when picking the venue, that will be some of the factors that you want to take into account. Probably more interesting for you will be the curation. And on that note, I don't have previous experience in art, so this is a little bit of an exploration of mine. And I would say that the best approach will be diversity. So you want to find different pieces of art that represent different groups and styles. And here you can see some of those. Most of the artists that I found in London, they are illustrators or digital artists, but you can also find photographs. Here you can see one of them. There's also some artists that come from a more of an art background. You can see at the bottom there's a painting, and there's also some interesting artists creating walls that you can see with 3D renderings. So I guess when you are curating your NFT gallery, you want to represent all of these different styles. Some people are against PFP projects for NFT galleries. I think it's all good. Sometimes you want to show and highlight some of the projects that are happening, and I think here in London we have few of those, and it's always good if you can also show those. This is also an important point, and when you are preparing your NFT gallery, you will spend most of your time doing promotions and creating assets, or at least building the hype that will lead to the NFT gallery in real life. And here you can see one of the videos. And I think one thing that has worked for us is partnering and collaborating with different brands and also galleries and people that is working in the space. And we can see here some of them at the end. I think one of the partnerships that has worked best for us is POAP. And we are using POAP to engage with our attendees, and they will also do the same with the different art pieces. So we have QR codes. We also have an attendance NFT that they can mint, and I think that both things work really nice together. On the promotion side, on social media, we use all of them. So that's also a recommendation of mine. Maybe in your area, different social networks will work better. So far, I think for us, Twitter has been the most successful. And then after that, Instagram and Telegram. Then, of course, it gets to the day of the gallery. And you can see here a picture. This is the lounge. We have two different areas. We have a VIP room where we gather the artists, and then we have a public lounge where anyone can join. I think that's also interesting because it allows the artists to either network between them, and also if they want to meet all of the rest of attendees, they can also decide if they want to join them or they want to be on the VIP room. So if you find also a setup that allows that, that will give the artists some kind of quietness because these events can get really busy, and sometimes the artists will just run away if they see that the venue is completely packed. So if you have a VIP room or some kind of a different area that they can go to, that also work pretty well for us. Here you can see that for the actual gallery, we separated the artist from the art piece. So here in this capture, you can see Yuxian, and she's a digital artist that creates art using AI. And you can see that we work a little bit on a biography, so anyone that is looking at the art can also get to know the artist. And we run that in a cycle or in a loop. And this is my last point. So what you want to do is build on the community of artists. And usually what will happen is that the more you support the different artists, the more it gets momentum. So when you are getting some of the artists that maybe they don't have the spotlight and our community gives them that spotlight, you can see how over the months they get more growth and they get more momentum. So that's probably also something that you want to do. Get the artists from past galleries involved so they can also bring different artists. Another thing that I've used, and it has worked quite well, is asking the artists for recommendations. So once I gather, for any NFT gallery that I run, we curate 9 different NFT artists. And of course, we do that in a period of 2 months. And over these 2 months, I will reach out to the last NFT artists and ask them for recommendations. That brings some of the artists for the next gallery, but that also builds a relationship with these artists that can go beyond the exposition where they participated. And then over time, it will create a small community. And that's what I've seen happening here in London. And you can see all of them are artists, actually. There's no attendee in this picture. They are all artists that they are emerging from the London community. And I think it's quite exciting to see how they evolve and then how they get excited about the event. They go bankers, publish new works, and that's really exciting, I think. For more settled artists, probably this setup is a little bit too casual, but we are targeting more like emergent artists more than consolidated ones. All right, so I think that's pretty much all that I had. Oops. Thanks a lot. If you want to reach me, I'll be around, and I can also tell you about how I built Web3 London that now has reached more than 10,000 followers. We host our events at Microsoft, and we always sold out. So that's also nice, and probably why I'm here on the stage. Okay, thanks a lot.